Hello, fam. I promised y'all a video. So, this is me keeping my promise once again. Just had an awesome meetup in Peoria, Illinois with our Midwest carnivore group. We had an absolutely phenomenal time. Huge thanks to everybody who helped put that on. Karen, Miles did a phenomenal job. It was so nice to be able to actually meet people face to face and just chat with y'all and give Karen a great big hug and hug all of you guys. Pete says hi. He's really excited his mom's home. Anyways, people who are new around here, I write down your questions. When I post stories on Instagram, I have you guys, ask me whatever's on your mind, anything that I can help you with. And I try to keep track of all of those and do the best that I can to answer appropriately the best that I can. But I don't script my videos. I just kind of let things roll. I have ADD brain and I kind of jump around a lot, but I try to, answer everything that I can, touch on important topics, and just kind of see where the conversation goes. But going through all of my messages and your guys' questions, and I have my computer in the background, kind of, notes on things for y'all. And the biggest thing that I noticed in common is a lot of questions coming from a scarcity mindset, almost like a desperation mindset. And I understand what it feels like to feel like you're paralyzed and not really know what to do as far as body goals or health goals, or maybe your life isn't going in the direction you thought, because everything's intertwined. And you'll hear me guys talk about a lot of mindset stuff and just abundance mindset, manifestation, because it really isn't bullshit, y'all. It's not bullshit. It's all interconnected. So usually when you're lacking in one area, you're going to lack in another area too. So to answer everyone's questions the best that I can, I'm kind of going to take a different spin to this today. And take it, leave it, however it sits with you is fine. We all have different beliefs and I respect each and every one of you guys. But I think this is super important to talk about. And I don't care if you're seeking body goal advice or, whatever, however you found yourself here. Hello, everybody's welcome. But I think this is something that's going to touch base with all of us. So really there's two big things, this different spin to answer all of your questions collectively, that you can do that is going to get you basically anything that you want in life. All right. And our problems stem from this one huge thing, and that is us not feeling enough. And I am one who talks openly about my body image issues, self-esteem issues, disordered eating, body struggles, gut issues. I have Crohn's, for those of you who are new around here. I follow a meat-based diet. So all of these different experiences, I've had numerous failed relationships, changed jobs so many times. I have so many different interests. And I think a lot of you guys out there can probably relate that you just lose your way in life. You just don't really know what to do. You don't know what the right answer is, no matter if it's diets or relationships or that lack of or whatever. But really it all comes down to wanting to change yourself to try to gain something, whether it's changing your body to gain love from someone else, or thinking that you're going to achieve happiness by changing, your personality, what you look like, all these different things. And it all comes down to your self-worth. So to answer your question, what is the one thing that you can do to pretty much get anything that you want in life, whether it's life, love, aesthetic goals, health, whatever? You got to believe that you're worth it. Because I talk to a lot of you guys on client calls and via social media, and it hurts me because I can feel the desperation behind your voices and the despair and just not really knowing. You're seeking answers. You're always seeking answers, or you're seeking to be, cured for certain things, like we numb, and I call these numbing mechanisms. We numb by like emotional eating, eating when we don't need to, covering up emotions, by seeking control and trying to change our body. Maybe we overspend. I was one that was in thousands and thousands of dollars of debt for years and decades of my life because I used things like that to numb my emotions and where I was in life because I wasn't happy. I had disordered eating, bulimia, anorexia, binging, purging, emotional eating, the same things that you guys have gone through because I was trying to cover up lack in my life where I wasn't happy instead of really addressing the root issue. And you'll hear me say this: you guys can hire the best coaches, practitioners, doctors, whatever in the entire world, and I can sit here and tell you like how to reverse diet because that was a big topic. Emotional eating, another big topic. How to fat cycle, things like that. I can tell you macros and I can tell you all those things and what foods you should eat and what diets you should eat. But if you don't believe that you are worthy and able to achieve health goals, body goals, mindset goals, whatever it is, if you don't believe that you're worth it, you don't believe that you're enough, you're never going to get those things. So like you have to address those issues first. You can hire all the best coaches in the world. But if you don't address that one issue instead of trying to put fucking band-aids all over everything and just seek, be an information seeker, because a lot of you, and that's great that y'all want to do research and you want to learn new things. That's fantastic. But if you can't actually apply those to your life and make the decisions and cultivate the habits, like Karen and Kelly talked about this in their video on Kelly's YouTube channel yesterday. Like if you can't cultivate these habits, you're still never going to go anywhere. You have to learn to keep commitments to yourself and you have to believe in yourself. So asking these questions, that's great that you guys want to seek answers, and I am more than happy and more than willing to give those to you. But I feel like the majority of the issues and why you guys struggle is because of that one issue, because you really don't believe that you're worth it. Maybe you've struggled for a really long time, but you're still looking in the mirror and telling yourself that, oh, my legs are fat, or my face is fat, or I'm not as pretty as her, or I fail at every diet that I do. And well, this isn't working after a week or two. So I'm going to choose something else, and you're going to yo-yo around. Like you can yo-yo your mindset just like you yo-yo a diet. Like you guys have to get to the root cause of the issue, which is it's your self-worth, y'all. It's your self-worth. Like if being beautiful, so let's take aesthetic goals, for example. Everybody wants to be beautiful. They want to feel significant. They want to feel loved for who they are. Like if simply being beautiful was all you had to be happy, we wouldn't have the issues. And I had this conversation, with a dear friend the other day. Like look at Marilyn Monroe, Heath Ledger, Amy Winehouse, Whitney Houston, all these like so talented. These people had so much talent and so much beauty and just potential, and they made such an impact on people's lives, and they took their lives. If all it took was being beautiful and successful in other people's eyes, like if you don't believe that you're worth it and loved and important and significant, guess what? It doesn't matter. Like there are the most beautiful models in the entire world that are single and lonely, and some of them take their lives too, or go to extremes and live very, very lonely, unhappy lives. And you'll hear me say there's a difference between being alone and lonely. You can be alone and be completely happy with your life and where you are, and versus like feeling lonely. I'm single. I live alone besides Pete. And I never feel alone. I mean, you may have periods where you feel a little lonely, but you have to choose to not let yourself stay there. And I don't know about you guys, but I want to chase a larger purpose than just being pretty and, wanting to be super lean or wanting to be super successful or like have a huge number of followers and all of this stuff. all of that stuff is great. And yes, it makes me feel good. I love self-care. Like, I love getting my lash extensions done. I love my hair extensions. Like, they make me feel beautiful and I love them, but they're not covering up a lack of self-worth and me knowing that I am enough. Like, I do these things because they bring me joy, and you'll hear me say that. Like, you guys seek out your little cups of joy, whatever it is. Mine's like quiet mornings, time with my family, a deep conversation with a friend, a hug, like having a conversation with a stranger, smiling at someone. Like, those are little cups of joy. Quiet, your cup of morning coffee, or that warm feeling when you have like your favorite cocktail, and no judgment when it comes to like diet choices or drinking alcohol or whatever you want to do. Um, you're an adult. Like, we have freedom. People give their lives so that we can have freedom. And we need to be grateful for that too. So, guys, just appreciate these little things. Like, you can't keep putting band-aids and seeking diets and examples and, Katie, tell me what my macros are, and that's great. I can help you do that, but the biggest piece in your success is, one, keeping commitments to yourself. So, a book recommendation, get Atomic Habits, which Karen and Kelly talked about just yesterday. It's a phenomenal book. Like, it will completely change your perspective. It'll give you ideas on how to follow through and ideas of motivation, like, drive behind making certain decisions and habits. And you guys have to really get clarity on the kind of person that you want to be. Like, who do you want to be? Who do you want to embody, and how do you want to feel? Because if you're not willing to do, like, have the habits and the workouts, and whether it's food or, mindset pieces, or have the drive behind the person that you want to embody and how you want to feel, if you're not willing to put those into practice. So the second thing is putting action behind actually knowing that you're worth it. Okay, you got to put action behind it too. Like, if you aren't willing to do these things because you haven't addressed the root cause of the problem, it doesn't matter. Like, none of this stuff matters, guys. Like, I talked about like chasing beauty. If all you had to do was be beautiful and skinny to be happy, everybody would be. And guess what? People aren't. You attract the things in your life at your level of self-worth. So if you're struggling, like in relationships, for example, and you're attracting all the wrong kinds of like men and women, look at how you view yourself. Like, do you really love yourself? Like, love is not something, and happiness, it's not something that you chase, that you have to earn. We don't have to do those things. You don't have to actively seek. Like, these things shouldn't be hard. You attract into your life like what you feel about yourself at your level of worth. It really all goes back to that, guys. So I wish there was a simple, like, black and white answer as to, here are your macros, these are going to make you happy, and this is going to give you the body and the mindset and the life of your dreams. But it's just, it's not as simple as that. And a lot of it comes from childhood. You'll hear me talk on podcasts, and via my posts all the time, that a lot of the trauma and like unmet needs that we have as children, we feel like we have to seek things and try to control, like, get those feelings, like safety, love, to feel significant, to feel seen, heard. These things, we feel like we have to seek those and attain them from other people by controlling our bodies, by numbing things because we don't want to feel the actual, feels. We seek those from other people, and then it's just a vicious cycle, and it transcends into our adult life too. So really, self-awareness is everything. Like, you guys will hear me preach and preach and preach about self-awareness, and you got to gain awareness of where you are right now. Like, where's your foundation right now? Do you need to bring it up a few levels? Like, are there some other things you need to tackle, like maybe habits, or like basic foundational things, guys, when it comes to body, like sleep, stress management? Make sure you're not eating trigger foods physically or mentally, like basic stuff. Make sure you're drinking enough water and just walking 10,000 steps a day, which, I'll be honest, I traveled all morning. I'm way behind. I got a lot to make up today, but this was a message. This was something that I really wanted to share with you guys and get off my chest. Bad things are going to happen. I hate saying bad things, but contrasting things are going to happen in your life. All right. But we need those things to make us realize what's really important to us, what makes us feel good, what we like and what we don't like. Like if I didn't go through all the struggles in my life, I wouldn't be where I am now. I probably wouldn't be talking to you guys. I wouldn't know myself. I wouldn't know what I liked and what I didn't like, as far as it doesn't really matter. Relationships, body, food. You guys got to own your life and own your authenticity. I had a conversation with a client just last night, and I really appreciate her reaching out and telling me this, that she really, really struggled socially because people were judging her, which they probably weren't really judging her. This is y'all planting this stuff in your mind for eating a more meat-based carnivore lifestyle, and it's not for everyone. You guys have to like let your guard down a little bit when it comes to that. When you have special needs or you choose to live or be a certain way, one, you need validation from fucking no one to tell you how to live your life or eat. And I get fired up when I talk about this. You don't need that validation. Do what you have to do to make yourself your healthiest, because in the end, again, if you know that this is the right choice for you and you feel worthy of the feeling and the body and the life that you're seeking, what other people say to you shouldn't trigger you so much. And it's okay that if it does, because triggers tell us where we need to heal. Triggers tell us what we need to fix. Not really fix, but mend and heal within ourselves to get us to where we want to be. You know, triggers are those contrasting experiences that I'm talking about. I hate saying bad things or, right choices, wrong choices. Everything's just an experience, guys. It's just an experience. And once you seek like unattachment from things, like you know yourself so well that you're comfortable doing and living whatever way that you want because it makes you happy, like things will trigger you less and less. And that's when you will authentically like be able to live, like romanticize about your life, like have that romance that you love about your life. Like that's when you're really, really going to embrace like all of the good stuff. And you'll hear me say this too. And I've written stuff on Post-its and put it up on my mirror to remind myself, what is meant for you will never miss you. It'll never miss you. And if it's not meant to be in your life, and trust me, I've had some really painful experiences, especially when it comes to relationships. If it's not meant for you, let it go. Like be like water, flow like water. I wrote that in my post this morning. Be like water. Let it go and learn to lovingly release things and people with a loving heart. You have to learn to let things go lovingly. Just because a relationship ends doesn't mean that you don't love that person anymore or you don't value like your time together. And like I get emotional because like it's real, guys. It's okay to like feel those feelings and like mourn like past bodies of yourself and past seasons. Like it's okay. So collect myself for a minute. It's okay to feel that way, but you have to know that you're enough. Like first and foremost, I take everything that you guys send me to heart. I really, really do. And I feel your pain behind the questions that I get, especially when it comes to body image, disordered eating, feeling just like paralyzed, and you guys don't know what to do. But know that you are beautiful and worthy just the way you are. And like beauty is not, I know you guys know this quote, beauty is not the rent that we pay to exist in this world. Like we matter just because we exist, not because of what you look like. And it's okay to seek change and want to change yourself and your body if it's coming from a loving place. Like maybe you guys need to get healthier. And that's okay. But you have to know that you're okay and you're worthy and you're beautiful. No matter what you look like. No matter if you get hair extensions. I have hair extensions. I have fake lashes. They make me feel like a fucking goddess. And I pay a lot of money for them and I don't care. Like I love it. So you guys do what you have to do to make yourselves feel happy and wonderful. But it really, like, you guys have the power. It all comes like within yourself. Let me make sure I touched on everything. Sorry guys for getting all emotional. I don't get like this very often. But like, I've gotten a lot of pretty deep questions the past week, and I just want you guys to know that I do care, and I do listen, and I hear every single one of you. But just watch your world change. So how do you do this? Like, look in the mirror. You have to paint a very vibrant, like, visual picture of your life. Like, I'll look in the mirror, and it may be, you may feel weird. Be like, you are beautiful. You live a happy life. You have so many blessings, and count them off. Like, these are the things I am blessed. I'm blessed to have a little companion. Like, he's right up here. You can kind of see his ear. He pisses me off a lot, and he throws up all over my place. But I'm grateful that I have him to come home to. And he sits and listens to me talk. I'm grateful for a family. I'm grateful to friends. I'm grateful for all of you on social media, because I never feel alone, because I have someone that relates and that I can talk to as well. Like, watch your world change when you talk to yourself nicely in the mirror and you say, I can have anything I want. I have the life right now, like, speak in the present. I have the life right now that I want. I have the body right now, and I'm aligning to a better version of myself. And I'm making these choices right now, and I'm telling myself that I'm beautiful and worthy, because I am. And watch your world change when you start doing that. You have to believe it. I want to answer all these, and I will send you guys probably individual messages, and we'll make different videos. But today, this is the message that I felt that I needed to share with y'all. And this is getting long, and you guys probably don't want to sit here like over 20 minutes. But I just want to make sure, I touch on everything, that the big things. Set habits in place. You can't just say you want to be or feel a certain way and not do it. So set your clothes out in the morning if you want to do morning workouts. Meal prep your food so that you have healthy stuff to eat. Like, make things easier for yourself. And they don't have to be complicated. We are creatures of wanting to overcomplicate everything. Stop doing that. I had someone ask me this morning, what do you mean by the treadmill didn't work? Because I posted a short little video of my workout yesterday. I'm like, I meant what I said. The damn treadmill didn't work. Don't overcomplicate things. I didn't mean that in a complicated way, that this is why I use the elliptical. Like, simple stuff, guys. Keep it simple. You don't have to overcomplicate. I eat the same shit every day. Someone asked me, a day in the life of your eating. Guys, I eat meat bars for 99% of my food. I switch up my ground meats, eat about 2 pounds a day. I'm serious. That's as simple as my diet. I do not overcomplicate it at all. But remember, the longest relationship you're ever going to have in your entire life is the one with yourself. Okay? Like, parents are going to die. I hate to be morbid. Your kids are going to leave you eventually. Some relationships, people are lucky to have the love of their life forever, and, till death do us part. Others of us, we have beautiful people that come into our lives for seasons, and that's okay. But the only relationship you're going to have really for the rest of your life, forever and ever and ever, is the one with yourself. So make sure that you're treating that person good and you're talking to them well in the mirror, and you believe that you're worth it. Just like a bodybuilder or someone who works out, like, you have to tear down muscle, right? You got to tear down muscle. You got to recover it. You got to nourish it. You got to nourish your body and your mind and your spirit, just like your muscles, So learning to love yourself, that's just like training in food. Like, you got to train yourself to do that too, guys. That's really what's going to give you the body and the life and the love and everything that you need. So I hope this touched anybody out there in any way that you need. I am always more than honored to answer your guys' questions, but just know that I do hear, see, love, appreciate all of you. I'm sorry again for crying and getting emotional, but this is real life. But love you guys. I hope you have a fantastic week, and I'll get this posted soon for y'all. Love you guys so much. Bye.